attachment. Yeah. So I either I drop it or I think opposite. I think opposite, whatever the way. Sometime you start thinking opposite. After all, she is my wife. Why should I be crazy? She is my daughter. He's just an employee. So even after I told him to change, but he has not changed. He has not changed. What it means? So he does not have enough capacity to change. Why I am angry then? Why I am upset? Why I am upset? My refrigerator cannot act like a TV. What should I do? It's an outer situation. I should be aware of that. So what happens, in attachment, I forget myself.
Yeah.
You see that in attachment, I forget myself and I press for which I am attached. So one thing is clear. Are you sure? I can stop thinking. I can stop thinking in that direction which is causing the attachment. And where I have to think in my mind. I have to think in my mind. Huh? To stop attachment, I have to think opposite in my mind. Right?
Yeah.
But if I stop thinking, say for example, if I stop thinking about you, no, you are, the example, you are crazy and I stop thinking about you, and then I express also, I express before you that you are crazy and I have stopped thinking about you. So I'm not doing the right thing. Why I have to say it outside? It's purely a mental process. So if I'm expressing is outside, it is ego. If I have straw, it is ego. It is ego if I brag. Oh, you see that I know you are crazy, but still, I have realized that I should not think about you. You are already thinking. So you lost another awareness. You have a forgetfulness, and you are suffering from ignorance. So when you are clear about it, you have a right knowledge. You have a right knowledge, one. You act upon your mind. You act upon your mind rightly, properly, consciously. You are a seeker. You are a seeker. So, in the beginning, yes, in the beginning, there will be some problem. In the beginning, you will find the challenges, but gradually you will recognize, you will recognize, you will recognize what you will recognize. It is the mind causing the problem, and if I stop the mind, searching for happiness, one, meeting my expectations, two, outside, I am free. The now challenge is to you. What is the challenge? That during the day, how many times you are aware and how many times you are not. So the challenge to your mind. Challenge to your mind. How many times? How many times you lived in anxiety or upset, or I would say attachment, and how many times you take over the mind. You take over the mind. You're not doing anything. You take over the mind. How? You take over the mind by thinking. You take over the mind by thinking. Thinking what? What is right, good, and proper. Non-seeker can say, non-seeker said last week, I started examining my mind. She told me, she wrote to me, I examining my mind, and now when you told me that you look inside, so when I look inside, I find the void and emptiness, and my mind jumps outside, and it is not able to find any peace and calm. Why I find the void inside? Why I find the void inside? Ask yourself why I find that void inside. Because my power of attachment and expectation is so high that I don't see anything except attachment and expectation. That is why my mind is running outside. And when the mind is running anywhere else, then outside I find the void. Are you getting it?
What is void?
Void means emptiness, blankness. So when you are cute and beautiful, now my mind is amplifying sensuality, attachment in deep, and when I return home, I find void. Same house which is very beautiful to me, but today I find loneliness. Because mind is already amplifying its attachment to that girl. So she told me, it is very challenging to me to move the mind inside. I have to first get rid of this attachment. I have to recognize that I am already in the diktat of attachment in expectation from the world outside. If I don't understand this, the second step cannot be done. Why you are jumping to the second step? Amplification. Mind amplifies. Did you understand? Mind amplifies the cute and beautiful girl. I have reached home, but my mind amplifies. Where is the cute and beautiful? No, it is not there in your house. It was there in the restaurant. You met her. No, but she has to be here. That is amplification. That is attachment. So if I don't get this by thinking, I don't recognize that this is amplification. Did you have that girl before you met her? No. Now you don't have it? No. Why you are crazy? That is it. That is what the conscious contemplation and reflection, that makes me a seeker. Very small, but very big. Very small, but still very big. So it is okay, even at least you recognize 5 times it happened, 5 times you were upset and anxious. So let me start. I have to recognize why I am upset, expectations, repeat thinking. I have to change it. You start thinking in your mind there and then, there and then, there and then. That is the process of, that is the process of, that is the process of knowledge. That is the process of discernment and dispassion, or you can say contemplation and reflection. Now just compare it. Process of, one is the passive practice. We sit down, we close our eyes, We have a uh, we have a place, position, and the posture. It works, no doubt. You have to continue the practice. But by knowledge, but by knowledge, I want, by knowledge, I want or seek, I want place, position, and posture by knowledge. I'm saying one is by practice. I have given you many times, I explained you this step. So by knowledge means awareness. Am I into the place? Yes, I'm in that place, in this situation, and in this posture, in this position. So this position seems to be calm. Let me maintain this position and posture calm. And now, mind, I have, you have to think rightly. You have to think in a right manner. Your anxiety goes away. Did you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
One is doing the passive practice. Yes, you have done it in the morning, but your mind doesn't listen to you. You are in a situation. You are in a situation. You are in a situation causing you upset or anxiety. You cannot say that, oh, hold on, my enemy, let me practice meditation and then I will come back to you and talk to you. You cannot say that. But by knowledge means by awareness, means by being a seeker. By being a seeker, you recognize that you are upset. Clear? I am giving you a real life situation. You are recognize that you are upset. You remind first PPP, place, position, and posture. You look at yourself. You are looking at your place, looking at your position, looking at your posture. What will happen? You know what will happen? You will recognize that your body has become stiff. Body has become stiff and you can loosen it. You can relax it. Are you getting it? Because now you are aware. If you are not aware, all other people with whom you are upset, they also did notice you. So you both are on the mode of reaction. So I have to, again, you see the beauty of this journey. So that is the first. And now see that being comfortable. By knowledge, you can be comfortable. By knowledge, how can you be comfortable? So it means it is so simple. By knowledge, you are comfortable means what? You check. You simply check, or you are aware. You simply check or aware that body is in the state of comfort. It has no stress at all. If present, I have to change my thinking repeatedly until I find comfort. I'm changing. I'm upset inside, but inside why are you upset? Because I know that it's because of the attachment. No, so let me welcome this guy in peace and calm. No, I'm upset. No, let me welcome this guy in peace and happiness. I know the ego will come. I have to get rid of it. Ego will come. I have to destroy that ego. You are not doing it outside, you are doing it mentally. Mind says, no, I will not do. He is junior to me. He is my employee. He is my daughter. No, 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 no. Mind, don't go there. That is what being comfortable is. Because in a practice we use the word being comfortable, move your mind on the body, feel that joint, experience sensation, comfort and steadiness, and then separate the comfort with sensation and steadiness. And in that process also the mind raises its awareness. You can raise your awareness by knowledge. Are you getting it? So how dare mind you have caused anxiety and upset 5 times in the day? I have told you, you have learnt all the principles. What the heck? No more. Hold on. Mentally you are holding on. I am not saying you are expressing it outside. Mentally the mind is working on the mind. That means mind is working on the mind. Basically, it is the intellect working on the mind. It is the intellect, because now you are aware. You are aware why this is so. By knowledge, you can be carefree. And I told you, carefree is so simple. By knowledge, you can be carefree. You can be carefree. What it means? Thought of upset. For example, thought of upset because of expectations. Because of expectation, or you can say because of attachment is there. Attachment is there. So, your intellect separates thought of upset from you. I gave you that example many times. Thought says I am upset. Thought says I am upset. You are not upset. So you simply say I am upset is a thought. Upset is an object. I am not the thought. Hence I am not upset. Where is the problem of saying this? But if you remember, then only you will say. And you remember only when you are a seeker. You can only say mentally, and you're upset. No. In the previous session, she told me a beautiful thing. Beautiful. I liked her sharing the experiences. No, she said that I saw the dream, I woke up, mind said, let us solve the problem which I faced in the dream. And then she said, I remembered what you said. The dreamer is not you. So my mind said, dreamer is not you. There is no problem to solve. And my mind started smiling. I have to say, I have to apply the knowledge. I said, wonderful. Wonderful. She is a professor in some university. I said, wonderful. But if I don't apply the knowledge and I say, let me practice in the morning, and then everything will fall into right place, nothing is going to happen. Why? 23 hours of unconscious living and 1 hour of meditation is conscious living.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe you are understanding that part. So I have to apply the knowledge. Practice means that I have yet to reach to the higher level. I have yet to reach to the higher level to practice. That is why I am practicing. And once I reach to a higher level, I simply apply the knowledge and it is done. It is done. So you are vigilant, you are alert. What is going on in my mind? Let me observe. You say it in your mind, let me observe and watch. You can say it in your mind. I think I discussed about it that without the thought you cannot be upset, whether it is a subconscious thought or a conscious thought. Without the thought you cannot have an experience of upset. Without the thought you cannot have an experience of being upset and anxiety. It means that by introducing a thought of the peace, I can be in the peace. Where is the problem? The mind doesn't believe it. Mind does not believe it. Mind does not believe what is good, better, and the best. Mind instantly believes what is anxiety, fear, and the problem. You have 5 occasions to have an anxiety and upset, and being anxiety and upset lasted five incidents. 5 incidents, maximum 5 minutes. The rest of the time you were in peace. Why don't you remember that I was in peace 23 hours minus 5 minutes? Mind does not believe. Or you were in anxiety 23 hours? That is the part of the knowledge. Huh? Were you in anxiety or upset 23 hours? No. It was 5 events, 5 minutes. 5 events, 5 minutes. So it means the rest of the time you were calm, or I would say you were unconscious, still you were calm. Let me say you were unconscious and still you were calm. You were unconscious, or I would say, let me say you were habitual, still you were calm. Mind doesn't believe. Mind does not believe peace and happiness. Mind always believes what is anxiety and upset. It is because of this I find it difficult. It is because of this we find difficult. We find difficulty in moving to peace. I have already explained you why. You see that, I'm just explaining you cause and effect, cause and effect, cause and effect relationship. Why? Why?
But if sometimes the mind is not habitual or unconscious, it's not working. So it's
yeah, it is default mind. It is the default
yeah,
setting of the mind, and default setting of the mind is impulsive. Default mind operates on autopilot. It will bring
but
in any thought. It is the source of the suffering.
After morning exercise, I should hold awareness during the evening exercise.
Yes.
During the whole days.
Yes. So why you practice in the morning? Because you practice meditation in the morning so that your mind lives into that mood, in the mood of discerning mind. And one second factor, second factor is that I should analyze and reflect how many times my mind did not live into that discerning state, so that in the evening I reflect on it, I do the practice again. So by repeat practice, I start increasing the duration of living in the discerning mind instead of a default mind. But if I don't analyze and reflect, it may work, it will take 20 years, maybe 25 years, maybe 50 years, maybe not in this birth. Yes, it is possible. Continue doing it, continue. People are doing it after 50 years. They raise awareness. Oh my goodness, calmness is within me. I have not to expect anything after 50 years. Buddha took 7 years. The rare is the case of Shankaracharya at the age of 11 and 12. He was not attached to the body. At the age of 11? Yes. So he read that the monkhood is the best way to practice because he was already ready. His mind was ready. So his mom said, "Promise me you should not leave me. You may become a monk, but you should not leave me." Vigilant, highly aware, great seeker. That is why we sometimes say this master is a reincarnation of Shiva. So anyhow, there was a big pond where a crocodile also lives there. So I'm thinking the way Shankaracharya might be thinking. So he was thinking that, okay, am I attached to the body? No. But how to get rid of this promise? Yes, that is the right way. So he jumped into the pond. Now the crocodile caught his leg. So he was just holding and he cried, "Mom, Mom, what happened?" "Crocodile caught me." She started crying. So the son said, Shankaracharya said, that if you allow me to become a monk, I will try to release my leg from the crocodile. If you don't allow, so let the crocodile eat. First he promised, and then he found the way. Okay, I will allow. He fought with the crocodile and he jumped out of the... It's a symbolic. Either you say symbolic, even if in real life, so he was not attached to the body. So if I'm not attached to the body, I cannot be upset. So yes, we are progressing. You have recognized 5 times is a great progress. So the default mind operates on autopilot. It is the source of suffering because it identifies with the thoughts and emotions. I'm not using the word attachment. I can use the word attachment because it is attached, or I can say it is attached, or I can say that it identifies with the thoughts and emotion. Or I can say, so if identifies means what? It repeats. Identification means that the mind repeats. So what the mind repeats? Mind repeats again and again. I am anxious. I'm anxious. I'm upset. That is default mind. So you recognized 5 times because subconsciously the mind was repeating. So if it is repeating with the thoughts and emotions, I can also repeat with thoughts and emotion. Why? To get rid of the attachment. No, I will go home. I'll practice meditation. Now, that anxiety is already gone when you reach home after 6 hours and practicing meditation. That is why it takes 50 years. Now you see the logic? How the master explains? You do it there and then. Nobody notices. You're doing it in your mind. When you are doing it, you are moving the default mind to discerning mind. You are moving crazy mind to the Viveka mind. What the Viveka mind says, I am anxious. This is the thought of anxious. I am not anxiety. I am not the thought. This is the thought of anxiety and I am not a thought. That concludes. You repeat it again and again until that thought loses the power and leaves you with a conscious awareness and you're done. Where is the problem? Only one problem, the ego may hijack you. Oh dear, you made me upset. I will fight with you, that ego says. Then, with that ego, that is why we have a Mangala Charan, with a sense of humility. I am a seeker. I am not ego seeker. I am a seeker. Humility, openness is there. No mind, no ego, no way. I have to repeat it. I have to move into the calmness. Then only we recognize what it becomes a seeker. And I can bet you, once you touch that level of awareness, maybe for a week, you are flying in there. So just think, what do you think? Think that what is the difference between the default and the discerning mind and what are the similarities? Thought process is going on in both. That is similarity. But what kind of a thought is going on in both the mind, default mind and discerning mind are different. So it means I'm not stopping the thinking, but I have switching on the thinking. I am not identifying even with the thought that this is merely a thought. I am not into anxiety. So what is the core issue? I am dropping the identification, whether it's a good thought or a bad thought. But by introducing the discerning mind. I'm not fighting that I'm into anxiety, what should I do? No, I'm recognizing this is a thought of anxiety and I'm not a thought. I'm not a thought. Oh, you are crazy. To whom you said, to Michael. Oh, so I'm Michael, you said me that I'm crazy. But this is only a thought. Michael is also a word. Let the Michael be crazy. What else you want to say? Finished. Now, the thought that I am crazy, you said me, I identified with the body first. You see, the whole process of attachment has started. How dare you say ego popped up, default mind is at the highest level and it causes the problem. It appears very simple and easy, but it can help you jump onto the higher level. You have already understood the other practices. It might be in the memory and other principles. It can help you. The default mind operates on autopilot. without conscious awareness. Mind just by default, it is repeating this, that guy made me upset, that guy made me upset, I will teach him. Come on, mind. This is only a thought. You apply the discerning mind. You are not saying that that person is good or bad. You are not creating another set of attachment. You are simply saying this is a thought. I'm not a thought. But if I am a thought, then it is a source of suffering. Because it mistakenly equates a thought and feeling with its true identity. I identify with it. That identity is attachment. Don't see though I am attached, now let me practice meditation. Today, at this moment, you are not attached, you practice meditation, so you feel calm. You have to act upon when you are attached. When there is an identification. How? By knowledge, by understanding, by conscious awareness, by moving the default mind to discerning mind. What will happen? What you can achieve in 20 years, you can achieve in 6 months. I've been telling you. That is what I've been telling you again. But our big ego comes on the way. No, our ego comes on the way. What should I do? Fight. Just replace that ego. Ego here also comes by thought, identification. It's not a big deal. I will teach him a lesson. Obviously, it has an element of anxiety. It has an element of upset. It has an element of ego. This is only a thought. I will teach him a lesson. Okay, this is ego, I'm not ego. I'll teach him a lesson. This is ego, I'm not ego. Ego is expressed in the thought, but I'm not a thought. You are saying it, you are saying it, you are saying it. So you will loosen the grip of the default mind and the ego in your daily living. It may not happen today, but it will happen after a few times of repetition. And the discerning mind. So discerning mind is an observer. It does not identify, it is separate, it is a witness. That is why we say witness consciousness. Default mind is not a witness consciousness. It is not an observer. It becomes one with the thought. So if I have understood, ego also we identify with the thought. So discerning mind is the conscious, aware part of you that observes the thoughts and emotions without identifying with them, free from attachment. Attachment, again, it is related to the thought, I may explain. It understands that you are not your thoughts. You are the one who is aware of them. Now it is not intellectual, I experience it. I should experience. I should experience. Why it brings peace and happiness? Why discerning mind brings peace and happiness? The discerning mind says, there is a thought of an anger. I am observing the anger. I am separate from the anger. It does not take the thought personally. In attachment, you take the thought personally. That is what the identification attachment understand. Sometime maybe because of ego, sometime maybe because of prarabdha, sometime maybe because of the past impression, my mind does not pick up the knowledge. So you have to listen to it again and again. Oh, what is it because of prarabdha? Is it because of the past impression? My mind has not, it has understood intellectually, but it is not taking it experientially. Am I taking this thought personally? No. It knows that the thought and emotions are like clouds passing through the sky. Use that metaphor. I am upset. Why? Because this is the thought. Thought is just like the clouds passing into the sky. I am the sky. Why the sky remains untouched? I have to use the metaphor mentally and emotionally. Why? To separate it. I have to use it. One option. Second option is that we use the thought coming from the default mind. Then we are already into anxiety and upset. Thought may be there. Thought must be there in both the default mind and discerning mind. So we are using a thought that drops the identification. We are not claiming falsely with a hypocrisy, no, I am not into anxiety. No, I am saying I am not the thought of anxiety. So identification is broken. And identification is broken, then I am detached. I move into the discerning mind. We are not fighting with the mind. We are not fighting with the mind. You fight with the mind, ego comes. Ego will always take the side of expectations and attachment. There is no way out. Default mind is the ship caught in a storm. It is being tossed around by the waves and the wind. Wind means thoughts, believing it is one with a chaotic sea. It feels out of control and is in a constant danger of sinking. Default mind is constant danger of sinking. Its survival depends on the whims of the storm. Outer situation. If you say sorry, I will be happy, and you said sorry, I'm sorry. No, this is not the right way to say sorry. You make 10 modifications and you are more stressed. Your ego demands, oh, this is not the right way to say sorry. No, should I touch your feet? Oh, you are arguing with me? Now the ego is at the peak. Discerning mind is the captain in the captain's deck. They are aware of the storm, the powerful waves, and the strong wind. They are even aware of the ship's frantic movement, but they are not the storm. That is the only difference. They are not the storm. Default mind, they are the storm. They are the calm observer holding the wheel with a steady awareness, and they see the storm for what it is, a temporary event, and they remain secure in the role as the consciousness that observes it all. Consciousness that observes it all. You have to adjust, you have to think, you have to contemplate and reflect. I am not anxiety. Why? I am not the thought of anxiety. Anxiety is an expression embedded in this thought. I am not the thought. Thought enters into the mind. I am not the mind. You can go on. The message is, notice the thought, don't become the thought. Oh, I have an headache. You become the thought, then you have a real headache, and then, okay, I will now give the lesson later on. I'm not feeling well. But when I'm not the thought, I will continue. Ego driven, ego driven thought says I am a failure. We don't recognize this is also a thought. Let me try it again. Discerning mind simply observes there is a thought about the failure. This is a thought about the failure. Let me try it again, and it happens. Thought of the failure dissolves. There's subtle but profound change in the wording, separates the I from the thought. I have told you hundred of times, I am upset. This is a thought. I am in peace, Shantoham. This is also a thought. Why I'm running after I'm into anxiety, I'm into anxiety, I'm into anxiety? Why not Shantoham? Both are thought. Don't take it as mantra. What is the difference? I have to use that awareness. That breaks the identification. Obviously, the regular practice also helps in that. It's a cognitive reminder. You know, in modern psychology, cognitive, I say recognition. I should be vigilant. I should be aware. It is going to happen. We are going to be upset and anxious in different situations outside, even just after this session. Question is of your recognition. Moving the mind from default to the discerning is the way. For that, I have to maintain vigilant. I have to remain aware. You are stuck in a traffic jam. Your mind immediately starts to race. I am going to be late. This always happens to you. For example, I can't believe I didn't believe earlier. I didn't leave earlier. Your mind now has a it keeps on thinking with that attachment. I should have left the house half an hour earlier, but I was taking a bath, I was not feeling well. So now the whole thought process causes you this stress. Thinking, a thought. Do you remember? Thought is a product of knowledge. So I have to extract the knowledge out of it. What is knowledge? Knowledge is understanding, it is awareness. So that is example of the default mind. Now take an example of the discerning mind. You are stuck in the same traffic jam. So instead of identifying, you notice the thought. What is the thought? There is a feeling of frustration arising. This is a thought of feeling of frustration. This is a thought that I'm going to be late. This is a thought my body feels tense. There is a thought about being late. You don't take it personally. You are playing with it. The way the default mind plays with you and causes you distress, you start playing with the default mind. It is gone. That is known as the state of mindfulness. Mindfulness is no, let me close my eyes. 5 minutes of mindfulness, 10 minutes. No, 24/7. Now analyze it, reflect it. The traffic jam is an external event. The suffering is internal reaction. Event outside, suffering internal. How come? Default mind. Discerning mind recognizes event is external. Question of suffering does not arise. There is no situational happiness, there is no situational unhappiness. Default mind believes the external event is happening to me and it causes the stress. Discerning mind says it is an internal reaction happening to your mind because of your attachment. That is the only difference. I have to recognize, I have to reflect on it. Oh, am I in stress because of you, because of situation, because of an event, or because of my expectation and attachment? You go outside and someone says oh, you're not doing good, you are a crazy guy. Even the near and dear one says you don't have you don't feel like reacting to it. You come back home and you start thinking. You start thinking. Why you start thinking? Because you are attached. Who makes you attached? Because of your identification. That is attachment. So now you apply the discerning mind. Well, this is just a thought. Discerning mind quickly recognizes it is just a thought. You listen to the feedback and you analyze and reflect. It is because of this reason. Okay, that is good. I learnt it. Why? One master, beautiful Swami Chinmayanand, used to say, do you want to be a spiritual guy? Go into the world, get hit by the world. Get hit by the world means situation, people, relationship, let you hit by the world. The greater the hit, better it is for you to become a seeker. Why we get hit by the world? We don't have a control over the world. They will continue to say, but I have a shield of discerning mind. Say whatever you want to say. One guy wrote on YouTube comments that, do you think that, just out of the blue, do you think that growing the beard like this and articulating your thought process, do you feel that you are awakened? I did not talk to you. I did not claim that I'm awakened. Why the hell you are writing? And then I said, this is just a thought. And I continued smiling. Finished. You write whatever you want to. I don't have too much of time to think about you. And who the hell I am? The great masters, the Buddha was stoned. Wherever he goes to the village, the villagers used to throw the stone. Shankaracharya was vehemently criticized. Ramakrishna was declared totally abnormal by the doctors. Then who the hell we are? We are a small fry in this entire universe. But we don't believe, I am something great. Little greater than Ramakrishna, maybe a little greater than Buddha. I cannot tolerate all this stuff. Why? Because of my default mind. So, just a discerning mind demands an awareness. If I'm aware, then only I can introduce the thought process. Otherwise, the thought process will continue from the default mind. So that it means I have to be aware and vigilant in my life, and how that awareness throughout the day settles into me by regular practice. Regular practice includes that you are listening and learning, you are contemplating and reflecting, and plus the practice. And then you analyze and check how many times you were upset today, and you reflect in your mind to get rid of that default mind, to settle with these impressions, and you find the joy inside.